Hi everyone, my name is Jem, and today we are going to go over the I Am Moses movie with commentary. Time to reload. Disclaimer: the following video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't even know why I wrote all of that.
His whole life has kind of been the pursuit of spiting and distancing himself from his family.
I'll take it. I love it.
He doesn't want to marry you necessarily.
How do you know? Don't act like, oh, you have some special connection with Moses. Like, I know more than you do about everything.
She's right.
Sometimes I worry about Moses.
He doesn't even like cats. He's literally the best, most patient person in the whole world. He's like rude as fuck when you first meet him.
Moses has done a terrible job of explaining his relationship, as he always does.
I don't think you guys are close as you think.
She's right again.
Because you know people are like, he's using Trish for money. I get why he's distancing himself from everybody. Moses doesn't like you and you guys don't like him. But it's true.
And then you're denying it, but she's saying it's true. And she keeps saying it and saying it and saying it. And then you're always saying, oh, she's just saying it for the show. It's like, well, that's fucking not true. Did you know this motherfucker could buy a 9-carat diamond ring?
He's your fucking family. Like, we should talk about it.
I don't have a problem with Moses.
Who is this person? Like, I don't even know who this person is.
Who are you?
In order to understand somebody, you have to find out who they are, their philosophy of life. And I wanted Moses to speak for himself and to tell us everything he wants us to know about him. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to look over my I Am Moses video with commentary. We're also going to take a look and break down the initial conflict between Moses and his sister Hila and brother-in-law Ethan. For once, we are going to look at this conflict from his point of view. Okay, everybody, shh. The baby's coming. She named him Moses, saying, I drew him out of the water. Exodus 2, verse 10. So this was said by Moses' adoptive mother, who was the Pharaoh of Egypt's sister. This is what she said when she found baby Moses floating on the Nile River. I completely forgot I used Bible verses in this video.
I personally believe that you either love everyone or hate everyone. There's no middle ground. I know it sounds too simple and it's hard to agree with too, I understand that. But when you truly see humanity for what it is, that we're all the same spirit in different bodies, that if I was born in your body, in your shoes, living your experiences, I would be you. I would do the actions you do. I would say the things you say. And they might be horrible actions. And there might be horrible words. But I am that person too. Every person you meet is another version of yourself. Every person you meet is another version of yourself.
The way Moses describes love and hate and how he looks at different people really describes his frame of mind. And as you saw, I had him morph into Trisha. Might not make sense at first, but it will eventually in the end. All right, so there's only a few times where I have Moses speak for himself in his own video. So listen closely to what he's saying and how he describes his life growing up. Because all of this builds up into us understanding who Moses is as a person and the way he sees life.
Pretty much since I remember myself, I was always drawing. So I was always drawing, doodling in class, like when teachers would talk, I would have to draw if I wanted to be able to listen to them or to, so it started very early on. And then, but people, like, it wasn't encouraged though, teachers were like, you're not paying attention. So I always was drawing. And then
So at the very beginning, we understand that Moses has a creative mind, and the way he thinks, even teachers weren't really grasping if he was paying attention in class because he needed to distract himself doing other things in order to pay attention. So again, we start to kind of find out a little more about him.
In, I think around high school, I started taking some sculpture classes. So sculpting was the next thing I did. And then in high school, I studied photography. So that came from there, just the visual, we used to VHS, make videos, fun stuff like that.
He loves creating. It's fun for him. With videos, taking pictures, making movies, drawing, sculpting. He has a very creative mind and he likes to express himself visually.
And then in Israel, you do high school and then you go to the military. So you're like 18, mandatory. You don't have a choice. And you're very young, you're 18, you just got out of high school. So you don't know much. I think if I was older, I would probably not join, So it's something that you kind of just, before you know it, you're in it. And once you're in it, it's hard to get out of it. And then you just count the days until it's over, basically.
He went into the military only because it was mandatory. And if he had the choice, he wouldn't have done it. And if he was older looking back, he would have found a way not to do it. I think too in Israel, if you don't want to go into the army, you could have some kind of a religious exception. And then also, if you choose not to go and you don't have that religious exception, you have to go to jail. These were all options that Moses said that he would rather prefer, I guess, than to actually go into the military.
And then when that was done, I kind of, you kind of have to decide what you want to do with your life. So I figured out I want to go with what I know doing best and what comes easiest to me, and that's artwork. I went to study architecture because I figured it's still creative. It relates to making sculptures, but it's a bit more functional. So 21, I got out of the military.
And he ended up out of the military at 21 years old. I think you have to serve 3 years. So at 18, he graduated. He was out by 21.
Then I saved money to go to college because I did everything on my own. I paid for everything since I was a teenager. I've been working full time. So I worked. I went to college for a year. Then I didn't like that. So I quit and I worked for another year to save money. I saved money since I was a teenager, and the money I saved, I used to move to America. So all that money went to move here. I went to a private college here, and I paid for it myself. So I had money to pay for the first year. And then the way I thought about it was, if I'll do well enough, I'll get scholarships. If I'm not good enough, I'm just going to go back home. So luckily, I managed to get scholarships and continue studying here because I had no financial support whatsoever. And especially as an international student, you don't get any support. Because I had no financial support whatsoever.
He made it a point to really speak about how he did everything on his own financially. It meant a lot to him to stress that point. So a big part of his identity is him doing things on his own or being resourceful or finding a way where there isn't a way. And he prides himself on that. And if you notice again, I did another Bible verse. I have become a foreigner in a foreign land. Exodus 2, verse 22. That was said by Moses, the prophet Moses. And you know what happened? I started this first part of the video when I started making it. I had like an idea in my mind, but what happened was I took a long break in between and then I started working on it again. When I picked up the video again, I kind of lost track of that thread. And thinking back on it now, there was a couple of Bible verses I could have added just to more be impactful in Moses's story.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares. See me right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me? you get back at me.
This is the moment I realized that the video of Moses just talking about himself was really boring. I played it for someone to get their opinion of it, and I was watching that person watching my video. And there I'm like, oh no, I gotta chop this up. I gotta add some pizzazz. And that's when I thought, you know what's even more interesting than Moses talking about Moses? Ethan and Trisha talking about Moses. I like learning who people are. So when people are talking about themselves, I'm gonna listen. So I found him interesting, but I realized he's not very captivating. That's what I was hoping when I made this video, and looking back, I remember I'm like, if the people watching just stick past the first 5 minutes, if they can get past the first 5 minutes, I know I can hold them.
First of all, we're joined today by Trisha Paytas, who we are happy to welcome back. And the reason that Trisha is joining us today is we thought Trisha Paytas, now that's the next season of The Bachelorette. That has to be.
It could be really awful.
So Trisha,
This is right before Trisha and Moses meet. So we're going to watch how this whole thing comes into play. They were supposed to be doing The Bachelorette. It was Ethan's idea, Ethan and Hila. So everybody, let's watch and pay attention to what happens here.
is here to basically introduce. No, it will not. It will be incredible.
I'm gonna ruin like all these people's lives. It's not just one guy. It's like multiple guys.
How would you ruin some guy's life?
I don't know.
Yes, me putting Trisha in a wedding dress at this exact moment was shade on my part.
What's your dream occupation?
For them,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I think you have to be like a billionaire CEO or no occupation.
Or just a fucking deadbeat.
yeah, like unemployed.
So why don't you want
Yeah, that's me wilding right there with Moses with a cat and when Trisha said unemployed.
someone who's just going to be totally dependent on you?
So anyone who's thinking about applying, quit your job.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to have a lot of applicants.
That video was of Moses cleaning up Trisha's backyard, as in just to say, yeah, you're going to have to quit your job if you're going to date Trisha, because look, you're going to end up having to work for Trisha.
You're saying tiny dick, any size, no job. This is going to be great.
I made a conscious decision not to put Moses' picture up at this section. See, you guys, I have limits, okay? I have limits to my jokes.
I do like a guy that's like super rich too. I don't want in between is what I'm saying. I don't like mediocre or anything.
Okay, there you
One
have it.
extreme or the other.
So you have to be extraordinary shitty human being, no prospects, or
Like, I can joke about him being broke, right? Right? And being a horrible human being. Like, that's funny to me. Like, that's jokes.
Tony Stark.
Right.
Personality. What's your ideal personality?
Funny.
Funny.
I like a funny guy.
So if you're not funny, if you don't have a good sense of humor, don't get.
Hey, look at me. I added a little video of Moses being goofy and I guess funny. So you can see what Trisha wanted in a man. You know, Moses is there. One thing I can say about Moses, he goes with whatever Trisha is doing. He'll put on anything that she tells him to put on. He likes it. So I can see them being compatible in that way for sure.
If you're a serious person, I don't think many serious people would be interested in you to begin with.
No, I don't think so either. Well, not a lot of people are interested in me, period, to begin with. So it might be hard. I'm scared no one's
I
going to
disagree.
apply.
I think we've got a good overview of Trisha Paytas.
Mm-hmm.
I think that our target demo is probably going to be more along the lines of jobless dependents.
Yo. Yo, somebody stop me. Yo, this is all jokes. It's all jokes.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say this, and you can cut it if I'm not supposed to say this, but I was like low-key hoping, because originally I was pitched the idea to come on as a contestant, and Hila's brother's going to be the Bachelor, and Hila's brother's going to be the Bachelor, and Hila's brother's going to be the Bachelor.
Okay, I had to repeat it 3 times, but that's because pay attention is really what I wanted to say at this part. Originally, she wasn't pitched to do The Bachelorette. She was pitched to do The Bachelor. And she was a contestant for Moses, everybody. That was the original idea, according to Trisha. And everybody in that room is agreeing with her. Nobody said that wasn't true. Remember that part because something happens later on.
And then I thought maybe he would apply to be on my Bachelorette.
He was
didn't.
supposed to. I
So
don't know what happened.
He
I looked
said
him up
that
on
he
Instagram,
wanted to
so
apply.
I found his Instagram. It's fine.
We could take a last minute submission.
I don't
he
know why
said he wanted
didn't.
to. I think he's honestly super busy. He's like a fucking mega hard work. He's like a. He should make time though, right?
He should make
Should've
time.
make time.
He looked so hot. I was like low key impressed. I was like, holy shit.
We'll make
He's like holy shit.
we'll make
He's like strikingly hot.
Okay, we'll make sure he gets in.
Hey, look at me. Look at me. I use a good picture here for Moses as Trisha was talking. You notice that face that Hila made. So while this whole discussion was going on, what does that face mean?
We'll take a last minute
Is he from
submission.
Israel?
Mm-hmm. But he lives here.
In LA. Super successful.
Long hair. I love it. I looped him up.
You get a chance to fuck Jesus.
That's what he looks like. Oh, and he's Jewish.
He's
Fuck.
Okay, we'll make sure we get
He's so hot. If not, we can just
we'll make sure we get
he's so hot. If not, we can just
Why is Hila so antsy? She looks nervous. She looks cautious. Something is going on. Let's figure this out, people.
also hook up. We don't have to date.
Oh my god. Your brother fucked.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
I don't oh my
Let's not have him as a contestant. Let's just meet.
No, he's got to come through the show.
No, why?
Because then
Let's not have him as a contestant. Let's just meet.
No, he's got to come through the show.
No, why?
Because then it's like a
I'm
same
gonna DM him. It doesn't matter.
He's gonna tell us. You guys can't get past us.
If we fuck, he's gonna tell you. I don't think so.
Yeah, he will.
Listen, Trisha didn't even know Moses, but she already knew once she got a hold of Moses, she was going to be in charge, and she was right. Ethan is just all delusional. Nope. He'll tell us everything. And Trisha's like, no, he won't. Also, Trisha has another point. If they were supposed to first do The Bachelor and she was supposed to meet Moses, then that got scrapped for her to do The Bachelorette and Moses was going to be a contestant. She was just like, hey, why all the commotion? Let's just have me meet Moses. I want you guys to see what's happening here. Ethan wants the show to go on. His whole thing is about doing a show for the H3 podcast. That's the difference between these two going on right now. And it's not that Ethan doesn't even want a real love connection, but he wants cameras rolling.
Ooh, I love that. Now I really
All
want to fuck him.
right. So we have 6 strong contestants, possibly 7th with Hila's brother. We're gonna get a last minute.
Does your brother think I'm hot though? He like was down.
Well,
He
I
knew-
don't talk to him about.
But he knew
what
it was
No,
me.
he wanted.
hot.
Yeah, he wanted to apply.
He wanted to apply though. He did tell us he was going to.
Like in a serious way.
Yes.
Wow. Why haven't you just hooked it up then? Why did we have to do all this? Why didn't you just be like, oh, like Hila's brother wants to date you? I'd be like, yes.
Okay, yeah, this is where I meant to say it. Trisha's just like, hey, why don't you just set us up? What's the whole rigmarole? But we know why, because Ethan wants to do a show. But Hila made a face when Trisha asked a certain question, but that's going to come up later on.
He doesn't want to marry you necessarily.
How do you know?
Doesn't want to marry you necessarily. How do you know? That part was in the trailer. When Ethan said that to Trisha, Trisha never forgot it. All a year later, Trisha's bringing up to Ethan. Remember when you said he would never marry me? And I just want to point this out because this was just such a throwaway remark. These two never even met each other. Ethan is just like, oh, it doesn't mean he's going to marry you. And she held on to that. That's what I want to say. Trisha holds a grudge, but she held on to that. And this is part of the reason why there were problems later on in their relationship concerning Ethan and Hila.
Oh, because he's Jewish.
Well, I don't know.
No.
Oh, yeah. And just to point out here, when Ethan said he won't marry you, she's like, oh, because she's Jewish? Hila says, no, that is not the reason, which is true to this day. Even when Frenemies, when Trisha was dressing up and she was doing the whole Jewish thing as if she had to convert from Moses, that was never an issue as far as Moses was concerned.
All right, come on.
I
Let's
don't
move.
know. I really don't know. I
So-
know that he said that he was going to apply. Actually.
We're
How
gonna.
old is
That's
he?
all I know.
Is
That's
he?
all I know. He
Older or
is
younger?
older.
He's
10
over
years old.
40, right?
He's 42.
Shut up. That's literally my type, and he looks so good. Like I. Look
He
at him
definitely
so-
doesn't look 42.
Holy fucking shit!
We'll make sure we get his application in.
Now I
okay?
am drenched, so you might
Oh,
smell it.
stop. Are you really? But why? We just were talking about it.
I was looking
But
at
your
his
leg, your
Instagram.
leg.
Oh my god! First of all, it's crossed. I have a giant
No,
dress
but
on.
I don't know. I don't want to risk it.
Nothing. There's so much fat
smells like sardines in here.
No,
So fucked.
Talk to me, baby.
All right, so
All right.
all right. Well,
I'm excited. I'm
well, yeah,
excited about
this is excited. We'll get Moses in here too. Now,
Moses.
that's his name, yeah.
Fuck that name. That's crazy.
Okay.
Better fucking Moses. Holy shit.
And he looks like Jesus. It's a hell of a thing.
At the end, I won The Bachelorette. Thank you, H3 Productions. And the date of this post was March 28th, 2020. I put this here to show that they had all this preamble about what they were going to do for The Bachelorette on the H3 show. Come to find out, Trisha and Moses, they hooked up behind the scenes, and the whole world found out about it when Trisha made this post. This is the conflict. Ethan and Hila wanted them to meet on the show and said, I want you guys to meet on the show. These two met off the show. So let's see what happens next.
I really have to vent. You guys been following The Bachelor.
Oh,
Trisha Paytas was our next Bachelorette, and then we have your brother who was going to be the Bachelor before Trisha Paytas, and then we have your brother who was going to be the Bachelor before Trisha Paytas.
Okay, gather around, everybody. We're going to read, as these two talk about Moses and the problem that arises, we are going to read what Moses is texting his lady friend. If you look at the dates, when Moses writes his friend, this is before he met up with Trisha. February 20th. Eating dinner. Ethan just told me it's a secret. Trisha is going to be the next Bachelorette. No way! They've got to sort out this season first before planning another. Welcome to the H3 podcast. Jeez. Nervous laughter. Trisha would be really entertaining for it. Exactly. That's why they don't want to miss it and do it while she's still up to it. I mean, I'm not against them skipping straight to her. I kind of like the current Bachelor. And then back to me. I might apply. For Trisha? Moses is breaking this girl's heart, and it's either he doesn't know or he doesn't care.
And I told him the same thing. I said, if you're going to be involved, no shenanigans.
Moses writes, Ethan said that I will have to disclose anyone that I am talking to. So we see here Moses was aware of Ethan's criteria.
No wild card, no DM, no bullshit. You have to tell us everything. And he swore. He said it's all about the show. It's all about making the show better. He said it's all about the show. It's all about making the show better. And so last time, Trisha goes at the end, you know, I was really hoping that Moses, Hila's brother, was going to apply. Okay. And we said, yeah, we thought he was too.
Because he mentioned to us.
He wanted to do it as a goof. That's what I thought, if I'm being honest, just to spice up the shit.
Right. He
But-
wanted to apply, though. He did tell us he was going to.
Like in a serious way?
Yes.
Wow. Why haven't you just let them? Why did we...
You see how it came back? Look at Hila's face. Trisha asked, did Moses want to apply in a serious way? Ethan just answered yes. And I don't even know if Ethan even heard what she was asking. But Hila didn't answer. And she didn't answer. This is me speculating. But as a woman to another woman, if you know your brother was only going to apply as a goof, as a joke, just for entertainment to make the show interesting, and Trisha is asking, hey, is he applying for real? Hila didn't have it in her heart to lie. Because right then she remembered, no, Moses wanted to apply for entertainment. So she didn't answer Trisha for that reason. She knew that Moses didn't have true intentions at that part. Not that I'm blaming Moses at this time because they hadn't met yet, right? So he's just thinking of it for entertainment. And then we see now at this stage of it, talking to Ethan, she can admit, she nodded her head, yeah, he just wanted to do it as a goof.
But now, they've been talking in the DMs apparently, because Trisha in the last episode was like, I really thought he was going to apply. I like him.
I found his Instagram. It's fine. I'll just...
We could take a same...
DM him. It doesn't matter.
Your brother,
Nothing.
first of all, I have to tell you that I don't know what he's up to.
Right.
And
I
I'm
don't
not,
know
this
anything.
isn't some inside joke. Like,
No.
look at the way he's looking at. So this is what Trisha posted. Look at his face. What is he doing? It's like he's goofing on us.
So now that we all have the context with Moses' text messages to his friend and Hila and Ethan giving the behind-the-scenes story, this is why they were very skeptical about Trisha and Moses' relationship when it first started. Because of everything they knew about Moses before he went into the relationship with Trisha, was that Moses was just doing this for a laugh, for a joke, for entertainment. And so it's confusing to Ethan and Hila when they see this picture of Moses. He hasn't said anything to them about dating Trisha, which is what he was supposed to be doing for the show. And he just pops up now at Trisha's house taking pictures. This is why they were confused about what was going on.
Because he mentioned to us.
He wanted to do it as a goof. That's what I thought, if I'm being honest, just to spice up the shit.
Right.
Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing?
This is again to prove Ethan's point. He wasn't aware of this conversation. This is again Moses talking to his friend, the same time frame before he meets Trisha. This is back in the end of February. He's acting like this is a goof, a big joke. He's making jokes about marrying her to give her a baby and collect child support. And this message still haunts him to this day. I would give Moses some grace for this because, again, it was before he spoke to Trisha. It'd be one thing if he had already met Trisha and he said this comment, but this is why everybody around Moses was skeptical, because his family thinks he's doing this for a joke. His friends thinks he's doing this for a joke. With them going off the last thing Moses said to them, everyone's thinking Moses is doing this for some kind of joke.
And by the way, obviously I immediately go to Moses and I'm like, dude, what the F is this? And he's so cryptic. Now, all of a sudden, he's not telling me what's up.
Yeah.
He's being super cryptic. I'm most disappointed in your brother. Trisha, whatever.
Okay, so Moses is again talking to his friend, and I just want to be clear that this text message was done after he started dating Trisha and when they first broke it off. This is just to show how flippantly he took the relationship. He's saying that, hey, this relationship wasn't a big deal. I don't know what labels to put on things. 2 weeks in quarantine, getting to know each other, and it didn't work out. What would you call that? Whoa, it was only 2 weeks? Less. They know how to make something out of nothing.
We serve at her pleasure. I mean, you don't know which personality is showing up on which day. I'm just happy when she comes in. Trisha, she's not conniving. She just wants to fuck Moses. So is Moses playing Trisha and us?
Mm-hmm.
In some weird...
Mm-hmm.
What's he trying to get at? I will sabotage this relationship. I don't give a fuck. Because you both fucked us. I don't give a shit right now. By the way, Moses, if you go back to the first photo, where Moses is grinning into the camera, he's the one holding the phone. He's the one holding the phone. He is complicit in all of this. He can never say this ran away from him because he took this photo.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he was just going to get involved as a goof. Who ruined it? Was it Trisha or Moses? I personally blame Moses.
I think it's a group effort.
I think Moses is putting her up to it too. I think they think it's funny.
All right, so Trisha writes on her Twitter, love being family, and she adds H3H3 Productions, April 3rd, 2020. Just to backtrack, Ethan primarily puts the blame on Moses for whatever is going on in his relationship with Trisha, because Trisha was very straightforward with Ethan and Hila, saying she just wants to meet Moses, fall in love, get married, have babies. She was very upfront with her intentions. Whereas Moses was cryptic. And because he was saying one thing to them and doing something else privately, it left them confused. So when Ethan asked who should he put the blame on, he was very clear on wanting to put the blame on Moses. But you see Hila put the blame on both Moses and Trisha. That's Hila sticking up for her brother. So she's going to not blame him totally. She's going to share the blame, right? She's seeing the best in him. Hila thinks it's a joint effort between Moses and Trisha. So the previous segment ended on March 28th with a picture of these two, and this picture takes place on April 3rd, 2020. So just a couple of days, and we see these two are together at Moses' house. This is the background of where Moses lives. These two are not even that they're just meeting together, they're making their meeting public. And remember, Ethan makes the point that even with this picture, as with the last picture, Moses is holding the camera. To them, it's like he's orchestrating the entire thing. So let's see how this ends up. Okay, even with the music and the circus scenery, I'm just telling you right now, my whole mind frame going into this segment was that these two are clowns. No, I'm joking. Not that they're clowns, but this is just clownish behavior. No. It was just that this was all a circus, okay? So the music, the atmosphere, even the stage, the games, this is all games because we're going to see their relationship is unfolding from the very beginning to now in front of the camera. So before Moses sends that text message to his friend about they were only dating 2 weeks in quarantine and they broke up, this is them in the 2-week time frame. So we'll see how their relationship starts and how it progresses.
Okay. This is one of my really good friends in my life. I don't know what I would do without you, so I'm sharing this very special moment of having Korean fried cheese with you. Who's your favorite person in the whole world right now?
You know I'm not that kind of person.
You hate everyone the same.
I love everyone.
You don't believe in hate?
No. You either love everyone or you hate everyone. There's no middle ground.
There's no middle ground. This is Moses speaking about himself. He met Trisha. This is what he's saying to her. Trisha's is funny because she starts it off, he's saying whatever, and she's like, yep, you hate everyone the same. And then he has to correct her. I love everyone the same. Trisha's smart, you guys. I like how she flipped that on Moses and had him have to correct her. Trisha sees, she knows. Because remember what Moses' philosophy is. You either love everyone or hate everyone. There's no middle ground. Trisha says, you hate everyone the same. So Trisha already looked at him and picked a side for him. Let's go.
I hate some people.
So you hate everyone.
I'm gonna hate you. He both swears that I hate him.
I like the philosophy behind it. It's not.
Right.
It's like philosophy.
Guys, check out Channel Water.
What I like about Trisha is that she uses the camera as a recording of the truth and what happens. She knows people don't believe her words, so she needs video evidence of everything that goes on. So this is how Trisha operates. Everything she's figuring out, she found out off camera. She wants to bring it to light on camera. So if she ever brings it up, you guys already know, hey, I told you guys on camera, all right? He was right there. Also, what we see right here, this is the first video they've ever done together. And Trisha, as you see right here, mentions his YouTube channel, Water. And that's why I have the graphic of it up. She asked Moses about philosophy. He's talking about his philosophy and the channel, or it's all up on his channel, and she plugs his channel. First time they appear on video, Trisha is promoting his YouTube channel. Remember that.
Even doing this right now.
You hate it? He was unsure of it. I was like, oh no. He's like, I just don't want any drama. I'm like, there's no drama. We're just who we are, who we are.
Yeah, but it's just being like endless. I'm like,
I think it's the same people. It's like the same like 3 people I feel that make like new accounts.
I put the same 3 people. Ethan Klein, Ethan Klein, Ethan Klein. Even though this is different scenery, this was the same day. They went to a whatever spot to eat whatever corn hot dogs. I don't know what that hot dog is called. And then they went to go get ice cream. So this was all on the same day. Moses is talking about all the drama and backlash. And I included Ethan. So if you see the dates here, this is like April 13th. These tweets jump ahead to their breakup, which was in early April. It was after Moses first broke up with Trisha. Now, I have to preface this because we find out later on that they broke up a couple of times. Let's just read all of the tweets that we see. April 3rd. So the same day she posting picture of her and Moses, she tweeted, hey, H3H3 Productions, you trying to ruin my relationship with Moses? You can't cut through the earth. We are soulmates. So you can't set it on fire even if you wanted to. I've been trying to be nice and respectful. But stop coming for me, bro. And within the next 2 weeks, we get this from Trisha. You're literally that blanking worst. Blank you for real. April 13th. You're a piece of... Just because you're not getting laid, you try and C-block everyone else? Blank you. You guys abandoned Moses because of all of this. You're blank as blank. I blanked your brother-in-law. Can't wait to blank your dad next. Ethan Klein, I'm sure the love of your life, Moses, is thrilled to hear your intentions to blank my dad. Do you really think you need any help blanking up relationships? Blank, you were up here trying to have a throuple with us like 2 weeks ago talking about me being a 10. And by the way, get an editor. Don't have time to watch you cry on your kitchen for 30 minutes. This video should be 10 minutes tops.
I don't think it's that many people here. You know what I mean? Like,
No, it's more. I think because we're in quarantine.
it's everything so
So
intense.
quarantine is like an echo chamber, and whatever we enter the quarantine with, that's all people have.
And we entered the quarantine together.
So we enter that quarantine with that whole drama, and then that's it. Like that drama just bounces off back and forth. Back and forth.
No drama here.
I mean, I'm shocked that people have the time to be analyzing, making up stories.
I wasn't watching this whole drama unfold in real time, so I don't know what was going on here. So I'm guessing now, besides Ethan, there was probably a lot of drama channels picking up on this and talking about it. This is around quarantine, so that was when a lot of people just started with YouTube, who probably weren't really on YouTube a lot before. So I'm sure maybe this had a lot of intrigue back then for drama channels to cover. Even so, we see Moses acting like he's so surprised that it's happening when he was the one taking the picture of him and Trisha together at his house, knowing that she was going to post it. So it's like when someone lights a match, but they're surprised at the explosion. Doesn't make any sense. Moses is dating one of the polarizing people of YouTube, especially at that time, and he is the brother of Hila, which is on a big podcast on YouTube, especially at that time, acting all surprised that people were talking about it, right? Don't act surprised it's raining, but I look and see that you already brought your umbrella. Don't be surprised, you knew it was gonna rain.
Did,
That's quite amazing. I'm always
it
shocked.
amuses you?
No, I'm like, I would hope that they would have more, they would be more passionate about something in life than stalking
Hating.
people they don't know online. You know what I mean? It's like, it's honestly not that different than if you watch a movie and you think the actors are real. Like if you meet them on the street, you're like, oh, I can't believe you did that in that movie.
Some people, yeah.
But like,
Oh my god, are we acting?
Did you all pick up on that? Because Trisha picked up on that. Did you all hear him? This is what I'm saying. Trisha knows what's going on behind the scenes. She's going to put you on blast on camera and lead you into it. Him saying that, people going up to a celebrity, an actor, and thinking that they're their character, what they see on screen. Trisha responded to that. What is this? We're acting? Because she's looking at him like, wait a second. Are you playing games? Because Trisha is herself. She's one of those actors when you see them on certain shows, when they say the actor's name and they say he played himself or she played herself. That's Trisha. So Trisha looking at Moses like, hey, wait a second. If this is a movie, I'm playing myself. Who are you playing? Because Moses right now is saying he's playing a different character. It's like if you now go up to Moses, hey, Moses, why are you dating Trisha and not telling Ethan about it? Moses' response would be, why are you so passionate about what's going on? I'm just acting. That's why Trisha picked up on it, and that's why Trisha called him out on it.
How much did I pay you to be here? How much did I pay you to be here? I saw that one, so someone said I paid you to be here.
I have my own money. Thank you.
Yeah, you're busy.
Look at me go. What money, Moses? I'm playing. I'm playing. But the audacity, right? So she's trying to play off Moses talking about he's playing a role by saying, yeah, people think I'm paying you. And Moses is saying, hey, I have my own money. A callback to the very beginning. Moses is very big on saying he did it himself. He paid for it himself. So even the thought, the perception of he's doing whatever for money is offensive to him. As if he didn't just text his friend that comment, I'll marry her and get money for child support. And again, that was a private conversation that got leaked. But if people have that perception of you, Moses, it didn't just come out of nowhere. Looking at you, that's the vibe, that's the impression that you gave people automatically.
Go on properties. I was like, oh damn.
That'd be funny. When I saw that, I was just like, what?
That I guess that's a compliment to you. You're like a boy toy then if I'm like paying you to be here.
You can't afford me.
You think?
I know.
I wish. And that is true.
So right when the clip plays, you see Trisha mention he does real estate or he has properties. And Moses is going to reiterate that he has his own money. And he's going to double down. Even if Trisha was paying him, she couldn't afford him. My man has high taste. He put it all out there on their first couple of dates. All right? You need to get your money up, Trisha. This circus is over, but we're going to continue on. And what happens is Ethan and Hila was trying to keep the H3 family updated on what was going on. Which makes sense because they had this whole bachelorette planned, and now there is no bachelorette. They decided to go on and inform their viewers why things aren't going to plan.
Trisha and Moses, Hila's brother, and Trisha Paytas, the saga continues.
Oh, yeah.
Your brother, I have to say, he's so unforthcoming with us that it's irking me. It really is irking me. Because he always goes, oh, it was just, it was the quarantine and my place got broken into and I didn't have anyone to stay with. And I was like, okay. But I know your brother's not like that. Your brother's like self-sufficient. He's not like, oh, can I stay with you? My place got broken into.
Right.
Moses was giving them the excuse, oh, it's the quarantine, so his place got broken into, so he decided to stay with Trisha. It doesn't make any sense to Ethan.
And then he goes, it's over. And it's not even that I'm upset that they're together. I just want him to tell me what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So then I think he thinks that like I don't want him to be with her or something, and that's not. I just want him to tell me the truth.
And then he told us that it was over, and then she still posted a picture with him.
Here, why do you have to post pics on Twitter? Just keep it private. Why do you have to post pictures on Twitter? Just keep it private.
So now Ethan is showing Trisha's social media, and she's quoting something that Ethan said before on his show previously. So that's why I have that little reminder. So Trisha was quoting Ethan, why do you have to post everything on Twitter? Keep it quiet. She's subbing Ethan. This is what's confusing Ethan and Hila right now. Moses called, we talked. He said he broke up with Trisha. Now I'm looking and they're together? And here's the other thing too. Is that an old picture Trisha is putting up? They did break up and she's putting up an old picture as if they're still together now? Or are they really back together? You see how confusing everything is, especially if Moses is not forthcoming? Ethan is like, all I want is the truth, as in whatever Moses is giving him is everything but the truth.
Here she is with Moses.
Yeah.
This is from March 31st. Theodore's aunt is the top comment. We talk to Hila's brother like all the time. He's over our house like every weekend.
Yeah, I knew that.
Except
And
now
so-
because of the quarantine,
Yeah.
he's not. So
that's his new family.
Okay. I'm even confusing myself right now. That was March 31st. So who knows? Trisha could at that point have been using old pictures and still putting them up by the time April 3rd went around. But at that point, Ethan and Hila was confused because Moses said he broke up with her, but Trisha is still posting as if they're still together.
Well, listen, I love your brother.
But,
I love Moses.
yeah,
He's
and
a great guy. He's done a lot for us. I'm just going to bite my tongue, I guess. I have a lot to say. I'm not going to.
But he has his own channel, and if this is helping him also like reach new audience, then I'm happy for him. That's
Channel
cool.
Water. That's the name
Yep.
of his channel.
All right, now I hope this part is very clear. After Ethan and Hila said that Moses called them and said that he broke up with her, the next podcast is what we see here. We see that Ethan and Hila are promoting Moses' channel Water. Pay attention.
This is our third time back together. Well, not that we're together.
All right, so we were leaving March, April 2020, And over here now, it was, she says August 1st at another point, 2020. And here you see they said 3 times they broke up. How are you in 4 months already broken up 3 times? Remember in mid-April, Ethan is going back and forth with Trisha because that was after one of the times they broke up. Never mind that Moses ends up getting back together with Trisha after Ethan goes off on her. And I have to be clear too, within these 4 months, after Ethan and Hila promoted the water channel, they don't really discuss Moses and Trisha anymore. So Moses and Trisha is doing their thing, breaking up, getting back together. On the H3 podcast, they don't mention any of their shenanigans.
We're not apart.
We're not apart. And what's today's date? August 1st. As of August 1st, you're not DMing anybody. Me neither. I'm not on Bumble anymore. The most impressive thing I think I've seen you do so far is...
What?
I don't know how to share this story without saying like the full context, but...
Oh boy, we all know what's coming next.
You literally scaled a fence that could not be climbed. It was like a vertical fence, like one of those vertical ones like that. And all of a sudden it's so tall. All of a sudden I see you like scale it like you're a freaking Spider-Man. So he literally went over because like basically his keys got like on the other side of the fence and he like jump over it.
It's a funny way to say it.
Okay, well, you know.
You know, I have one of those keys that just throw themselves.
It's a game we play.
No.
Yeah.
It's a game you're gonna stop playing.
Who would win in a fight, you or me?
You, because I won't hit you.
Aww.
Trisha is someone I wouldn't tell everything about myself, too. Especially when you say something you're not gonna do. Because if you tell Trisha what you're not gonna do, she's gonna test to see if what you're saying is true. But back to what I was saying too with Trisha, how she has to get things on camera. And even her, she knows not to incriminate herself when she says, oh, I can't really tell this story without telling the full story, but she still tries. So she got Moses talking about this incident as if it's some kind of funny story. She knows it's not a funny story, but she's going to get Moses talking about this situation that happened between them in a lighthearted manner. Very clever, Trisha.
Okay, well,
But you'll win the fight, but I'll win the war.
Wait. Here's a tidbit. If anybody ever said that to you in real life, don't trust that person. No. You guys don't know a threat when you hear one? Frenemies premiere, September 2020. There's going to be a lot of reading material. There's going to be a lot of back and forth coming here. Let's go through this right now.
He said he broke up with you because you started, like, punching him.
he's shaking his head no.
Oh, okay. You said I could say everything.
Ethan just lays it all out there that he heard from Moses that Trisha hit him. Here's a text between Moses and his friend discussing that incident. Oh, wow, yeah. I've just been chilling. Just had a long call with my sis and brother-in-law. Oh, no. What did they say? It was about work. I am doing a renovation at their home, so we talk about that. And I told them that the whole tea thing is over, and about the pod. It was a good call. Oh, that's cool. What did they have to say about tea? That she is legit mentally ill. I told them that she hit me, and that is why it is over, even as friends. So already, Ethan and Hila are under the impression that these two are off and on again, and never mind this last time has a story of Trisha hitting Moses. So let's continue. And let me just point out one more thing. Trisha was completely, totally, and utterly caught off guard that Moses told Ethan that she hit him. I always say about Trisha, she will tell her own dirt before you do. So the fact that Moses got the jump on her in this way, so now we're going to watch Trisha talking on her feet and incorporate what she said last segment into what she's saying now.
I did not punch him.
Lies!
You said that's why you broke up with me, because I punched you? I went like this.
Okay.
And he's frail. Who would win in a fight, you or me?
You, because I won't hit you.
Aww.
What do I say about Trisha? She brings stuff that happens off camera onto camera. She knows that he won't hit her because she already tested him. She already knows the answer. Moses texts his friend. After Trisha hit him, he writes, I took it like a man, didn't hit back. A woman, didn't get angry or upset, and moved on so it won't ever happen again. Standing ovation, Moses. Standing ovation. But we do go along and we see that they did end up getting back together.
But I didn't punch him. It wasn't. Okay, if you want to, fine. If you're leaving this, then I'm gonna have to say the full fucking story, because what happened is
I had physically hit Moses in the arm out of a rage and a fight really early on in our relationship. Actually, we weren't even dating yet.
We were upstairs and I took his phone. I saw other DMs to girls.
Actually, we weren't even dating yet.
He not tackled me, but we went to the floor, and so then I punched back, but I never punched him. I wasn't hey, you piece of shit. I wasn't like that.
I had physically hit Moses in the arm out of a rage and a fight.
You guys had a tussle?
He had bruises, so of course he's oh my god, plug.
Just so everyone is aware, when she was put on the spot and had to craft a story of what happened that night with Moses, everything she said September 2020 on Frenemy, she had a completely different story. I think it was April 2021. So she's making it seem like, oh, it wasn't a big deal, da-da-da-da. Oh, he was dating other women. Okay, but then she ends up saying later on, they weren't even dating yet. She said she just hit him like it was nothing. She says 7 months later, she hit him in anger. On top of that, Trisha had to talk about the bruise because she knows that Moses took a picture of it because Moses sent her that picture of his bruise. So she had to mention it here only because she knows Moses took a picture and she can't get around that lie or twist it. OMG. Wow. Did you show them the bruise? No. I don't want to ever show it to anyone. Sad face. Hey. Just asking. Yes, no problem with the question. And that's the reason why I didn't show the bruise in this video. Not that I would have showed it anyway, but doubly because of him saying that.
Well, then I took his keys, and so he was trying to get the keys back. You literally scaled a fence that could not be climbed. It was a vertical fence. Literally, you scale it like you're a freaking Spider-Man. So he literally went over because basically his keys got on the other side of the fence, and he jump over it.
Funny way to say it.
Okay, well,
You know, I have one of those keys that just throw themselves.
It's a game we play.
Yo, I focus on that for a reason. It's a game we play and she playfully, and I use that in quotation, slaps his arm. No, anytime that woman's hand is raised to me, I will flinch. She has a heavy hand. Trisha's very calculated. She knew that she wanted to get a version of this story out into the open with Moses beside her laughing and smiling. That would have been the official story if Ethan didn't have her on the spot and say exactly what happened, even though she didn't really say everything, right? Moses should have been happy that Ethan brought Trisha out and let her tell the story live.
No.
Yeah. And also we weren't dating, so I don't know why he said he broke up with me because of that. We weren't dating.
No, he said he called it off after the tussle, I guess.
It wasn't abuse. Oh my god, it wasn't I punched him and
Yes, it was abuse. By pure definition, it was abuse. Coming out of an abusive relationship is no joke. Another thing, we see that in April 2021, Trisha did tell the real story of what happened. And you might be asking, why was she so forthcoming in talking about committing an actual crime? You guys, never, ever, ever, ever will I understand people going on YouTube and confessing literal crimes. I don't get it. If you want to know why she was so willing to be so forthcoming, it's because in this same video was the video when Trisha revealed that she wanted people to use pronouns when discussing her. Reminds me, remember Kevin Spacey when he had all these weird old charges against him and suddenly he was coming out saying he was gay and everybody was like, who cares about you being gay? What about you harassing your coworkers or upcoming actors? So In that vein, realize that's how Trisha came out with what she did to Moses. Surrounded with, yeah, and I want people to now use different pronouns when addressing me, okay? This is how she wrapped it all up in a nice little bow to take the heat off her, because even she knows there's no getting around abusing your partner, and the only reason why she was able to get around it is because she's a woman and he's a man. Them's are the breaks.
Look,
I had physically like hit Moses in the arm out of rage in a fight.
My boyfriend got catfished by someone, said something about an altercation we had that nobody knew. Ethan brought it up on the podcast. That makes me look like I'm a domestic abuse, like I'm a person that hits my partner. And like that was out in the open, and we even said, Moses, like, stop, cut it. We're like, don't put that in the thing. What does he do? He puts it in the fucking thing.
Wait,
it was
hold
never
on.
it was never fucking public.
Well, maybe you shouldn't hit him.
Tell it, Ethan. That was it. Maybe keep your hands to yourself. Problem solved. Now let's go on to something a bit lighter.
He doesn't like cats.
Dead.
Dad.
Like,
But you're not a dad. Or you're a dad now.
I am. I have 4 kittens.
Oh, you post on your Instagram story. That's the only text messages I get from you are kittens of your video of your kittens.
Specifically, Hila texted him about something and said, is this true? She's making Moses get rid of his cats. And you're like, oh my God, is this true?
I could hate on people that like kittens. I don't get kittens. It's another reason why we're so opposite.
I was like, what the fuck? Moses is 42. He doesn't even like cats.
They're so cute. I mean,
So it was so funny during this time because it was a very big deal to the public that Trisha made Moses get rid of his adopted pets. Already she's bringing up the cat and she doesn't like these cats. And we see with Trisha, she doesn't have pets. So it's not a new thing. She doesn't like pets. But only Trisha will have someone having pets and make it the biggest deal possible.
Moses doesn't want his cats?
Moses? So he'll keep him at the museum and not the house. Thank you.
I'm allergic to cats, but
Then why do you have 5 of them?
well, it was a stray cat. And then she suddenly showed up pregnant.
We saw a comment that said Trisha's making Moses get rid of his cat.
Do you think I have that power? What do you think, I control him?
Yeah, you do. No, okay, let's pause and read what she's saying here. She didn't care about anything that had to do with me. I'm not insecure like her. She wanted my cats dead. WTF? Why? She was so jealous of them. OMG, stop. That's crazy. Because I always went home to be with them, to feed them. Stop that. Dang, if you had to go home and feed them, I'd be like, yes, alone time. It was in the video she deleted. People were so critical of her and her jealousy of my cats. That's crazy, babe. Like, what? I can't with her. See, and this is why I can't sit here and pretend that Moses is a baby. He's not. Because look, even him talking to someone else about Trisha and how she acts towards his cats, he's saying that she's jealous of his cats. Ethan and Hila, I still have to admit, you guys were just too much into Moses' business. In the grand scheme of things, who cares what's going on and what he was doing with those kittens? It's like, let's say he didn't want to get rid of his kittens, but he just did it because Trisha made him. Who cares? Who cares? Y'all need to let these people in their relationships just go and do whatever they want and argue over whatever nonsense stuff they want and leave them to their own devices. Because Hila was in the group chat, like Trisha said, talking about what she was up to with these kittens and Moses. Because Moses sitting over there showing Trisha exactly what you guys were saying about her in the group chat. Moses was just all the time playing you guys off of each other. You guys should have left that alone. Because really, who cares?
But I think the key is to not care about what's in each other's DMs.
No, because he was always like, I talk to no girls. I never talk to girls that way. All of a sudden, fuck you, want to cuddle you. This could be you, this little fucking kitten in my arms. Could be you, this little fucking kitten in my arms.
I could hate on people that like kittens. I don't get kittens. It's another reason why we're so opposite.
Trisha was saying was exactly what was going on. Moses was using these stray kittens that even he admitted to he's allergic to kittens. But what did he do with these kittens? He has them on his Instagram or TikTok, whatever, petting it and just like, oh, look at me. Look how sensitive I am. Look how caring I am that I'm taking care of these stray cats. Look, he had a whole story around these stray cats, but not just his own goodwill. He put it all online. If you were to go through his comments when he posts these pictures of these stray cats, it's all women cooing and awing all over. I'm sure he's gotten a lot of DMs and whatever just by having these kittens. And that's why he was doing it. But I'll give it to Trisha. She knew what Moses was using those kittens for, female attention and female adoration. And Trisha didn't like that at all. That was the basis of her saying, get rid of those cats.
Now, if I meet a hateful person and my response to them is with hate, I just mirror them. I'm just another hateful person in the equation. And that's what hate does. Hate is like a disease. It just finds its way into another person's soul and another person, and there's no escape from that.
So I started off this intro with Trisha and her mocking other people and other cultures, and with Moses' voiceover talking about hate being a disease. And then you see now Moses being around Trisha, and now he's in the blonde wig, mirroring Trisha's controversial nature. You know, it's him saying it's a disease.
So the really important part is when you meet a hateful person, you don't want to love the hate that's in them. You don't want to embody the hate that's in them. You don't want to encourage the hate that's in them.
Smart Trisha, clever Trisha is the person who's going to do that blank salute and laugh it off because she's not actually doing a blank salute. She is doing a scene from the musical. What was the name of that musical? I can't remember right now.
The producers.
But, you know, that's a way to get around it. Oh, I'm not being controversial. I love musicals. I love Broadway. Everybody knows I love Broadway. So when I do this one little snippet, remove it from all context, the original context, you know what I mean? And singing a song and her cover, I'm just doing a musical. The Hanukkah candles. This was at the time where she was just dancing each time she would light the candle. And I guess people of that faith, maybe they might have thought she was mocking them or whatever she was doing. I think there was mild controversy, but with her, it's, well, my boyfriend is Jewish and he's here and he doesn't have a problem with it. You know, that's her cover.
When you show love, you are talking to the love that is in them, and it might work and it might not work. Either way, you came out of that situation and equation intact with your grace and your love, rather than taking on their spirit, taking on their hate, and now you're not different from them.
I don't know how these people do it. To have your partner always pointing at you and saying, this is what you are, this is what you are, to the point where she's giving you a shirt with your identity right on it. The voiceover, again, Moses is pretty much saying he will use love to conquer over hate. And I guess now in the end, it's for us to judge. Did Moses' love conquer all and uplift Trisha to his level, or did Trisha's hate drag him down to her level? It is up to us to decide.
Oh my God.
You guys are crazy.
This is awful. This is why I shouldn't have done the podcast. Because honestly...
It's just the first episode.
Well, good thing I'm not going to share anymore. We're both not sharing any more personal details with you.
Yes, he will.
Nope.
Yep. That's what I'm worried about Moses, is that she's got a Rolodex of all this shit on you.
So you see here, after the first episode of Frenemies, Trisha got what was going on. It was clear to her Moses was telling Ethan and Hila what was going on. And it's funny too, for someone who's always looking at Moses and what he's doing and texting, she never knew that Moses actually told Hila and Ethan that she hit him. Wow. That never made it to the group chat. So you see how selective Moses was in what he showed Trisha. Moses was showing her private conversations between him and his family, yet he knew enough not to show her all the things he said about her to his family.
When's the last time you were drunk at 2 a.m.?
Never.
Never.
I'm actually never drunk.
You've never been drunk?
No.
I don't believe that. He only kisses me when he's drunk. I think only because you were drunk did I learn those words. College.
Never.
We should do a drunk one when you're drunk next time. You are so funny.
Oh, look at what I did here. I wanted to point this out. You see the first time they did the video together, and she was able to get out of him that he's never been drunk before. What happened a couple of months later? She did get him drunk. But even to prove it, she brought him back on camera again, and she specifically said on camera, "Oh, Moses, you're funny when you're drunk." Just to let you all know, he never drank before, or he never got drunk before, but guess what? I made him drink, I made him get drunk. Now what? That was a power play. Trisha, I see you.
They're out.
Someone found him on Hinge that night. Someone found him on Hinge, and I was like, "Let me see your DMs," and he logged me out that night.
And then when shit goes wrong, she's gonna try to ruin your fucking life.
Wrong. Oh, really? Should we bring up the text messages?
But wait. No. Ruin your
Shit has
fucking
gone
life.
wrong, and I don't expose stuff I know. Like, he's doing all these texts. Oh, here's my boob shot. That's what he texted a girl. This is what he sent her.
This is what she does. She's all day on those messages. She obsessed with those messages.
Well. I see what I did there. Episode 5. I'm just looking at what I did. Ethan's like, "Hey, Moses, be careful because if you break up, she has a Rolodex of all the bad things you did. And she's going to say it." And she's like, "Oh, I'm never going to do that." She did exactly what Ethan said she would do. And she did exactly what she always does. It's not new. It's not surprising. That's what I'm saying. When people act surprised, don't act surprised when someone does what they do. Have whatever reaction you want to have, but you can't be surprised. Don't look shocked because I'm going to seriously look at you like you're the problem and not them. All right, Moses? Yeah.
Well, yes, you did.
No, I didn't. How about these ones? I like everything about you.
Hold
I
on,
want to kiss
hold
every
on.
inch of your body.
Hold on.
Stop.
You don't need to humiliate.
Why? He did it to me.
Well, you did accuse him of fucking kind of flirting with underage girls.
No, that wasn't it. That was not.
Well, that was kind of fucked up.
No, we.
Sent you a text saying that I go with underage girls. That was
No,
not true.
inappropriate age girl,
Yes, she
not
did.
underage.
No,
Oh
you
my
said
god.
underage. He read it.
Wow.
Here, you said he talks to underage girls.
No.
Right there. He talks to underage girls.
Weird. Where? I literally don't see
Right there. He talks to underage girls. Confirm that it
think
says
of what that was. Yes, I can
And
go
then
back to that if you want to go back.
Then he read it here.
But I think
suddenly it's out to the world.
I want you guys to see Moses. Whatever it was that Trisha texted Ethan, the quote was, "He," meaning Moses, "talks to underage girls." Moses is like, "Okay, it came out on the first episode, and then Ethan, you said it, and it went out to the world." Just put a pin in that because this was a humongous, enormous deal that was just brushed past. But in the end, I will fully explain what this is really about.
You said, read this part. It says,
This is a
he
different-
talks to underage girls.
It's
You says
embarrassing.
he talks to underage girls. I don't expect a response. And again, I don't want to talk to you again, but he's just a fraud and he's scary. You said he talked so much trash about me and made fun of my body and then used me. He's scary and vile, needs help.
Yikes.
And this girl says, "Yikes." Can I reiterate that these people are married now?
Really thought he liked me, but he played me. He always was bitter. You said he's a psychopath. I have 24-hour security now. That's what I'm worried about
Boyfriends is
Moses, is
different.
that she's got a Rolodex of all this shit on you.
Yeah.
Ethan, she
Wait,
slept
can you
with
let
10
your
guys
sister talk? Wait,
while we were in that
let
break
Hila
that I
talk.
texted
Moses,
the girl.
stop.
Wow.
Moses, just stop.
All right, Trisha.
I have so much hate in me still, hate for him, and it sucks because I don't want to be that way.
Not necessarily hate, but like maybe resentment.
Yeah.
That's the same.
What swears that I hate him?
I mean, the way I see it is that if you really love someone, you can forgive them. And if you forgive them, you forget.
I forgive him, but I can't forget
you
it.
can't forget it, so you're not
No. Moses is
Well, I
feeling
sure-
that you can either love everyone or hate everyone. There's no in between. I'm like, that's
No,
not true. I
I-
hate certain people.
I disagree.
I mean, I'm paranoid of everything for sure. I think Moses is trying to poison me. poison me.
Trisha, people with borderline disorders tend to be very attracted to sociopaths. And sociopaths to them.
Huh?
Because
That's-
it would
I
screw up
believe
the
it.
treatment.
I wonder if it's because the sociopath knows how to manipulate them and has no qualms doing it.
Maybe, and the borderline sort of believes it.
I don't think I've ever had a more perfect, nice person in my life where it's almost like he's too fucking perfect and nice where I feel like this isn't real. I'm like, what are you hiding?
Oh, Moses is here.
Just give it time.
Okay, yeah, no.
Because I'm a very minimalist person. Like my joy in life is thinking. That's it. Like, give me the space to think about stuff, and I'm happy.
Do y'all see the setup? Do y'all see the play? This dude done said he is a minimalist. Okay, Moses, you go with your minimalist self.
So you guys have been
That's it.
dating.
Mhm.
You guys are now living together? I mean, what the fuck? Aren't you guys moving a little fast?
Well, he has his museum still. He has a museum, so he like works there. But yeah, every night we're together.
You guys sleep together. You guys are together every night, and he's moved shit into your apartment?
I mean, he has like 5 shirts, so yes, but all 5 shirts are at my house.
5 shirts.
But now he has
And
money
now you
too,
guys are-
so we
wait.
can like buy a house together, like a big fancy one, because he has like money. So it's the first person I like ever dated that has like money, and it's the first person I like ever dated that has like money and good credit. Good credit.
Yeah, he lives in the hood. He literally lives in the most ghetto place. Like, it's literally like dangerous to go where you live. I went once and I didn't know any better because it was dark, so I didn't know where we were.
No, but it's safe.
It's,
My place is safe.
I could have bought what Trisha was saying too, in the sense that if things up front don't look good, it's not necessarily that the person is struggling. It could be that he's not overspending. He's living below his means. Yeah, that works. Okay.
no. You literally had a break in there.
Moses, can I just say, I was totally, when I first met him, I totally judged him. I'm like, oh my God, you live in like a shitty water museum.
He
like,
owns
like,
it, though.
Right, but he
He's
had
a
this little,
baller.
but he had no other space. He like lived there. So I was like, okay, why are you like living there? But then I was like, ew, you like, he didn't even have like a real shower. It was like a porta potty shower. And I was like, what the fuck?
Ethan, that laugh is diabolical. Just to let you know, while Trisha's going on right here, Moses is sitting there.
And it was kind of ghetto. And then I was like judging him in this like little tiny makeshift apartment in like this like building in like the ghetto. Because you know people
Yeah.
are like, he's using Trish for money. Could you imagine if I had like, no offense, but if it was like 1 carat for me, because I have a big fat finger, it would have looked like crazy. I would have to have bought my own.
Even Trisha's eyelash is telling us she's lying.
Marriage would not work if he gave you a 1 carat dime. I'll tell you right now. Be like, he's broke. Fuck him.
I know, I feel so bad.
What do you feel bad about?
It was his renovation money for his building.
Whatever. He doesn't care. He's got a brand new house.
That's
Fuck his old building. Look at him. He's so happy. Look at that smile on his face.
He doesn't have health insurance. I don't want people to like speculate. Just
You don't have health insurance. Moses, you're buying 9 carat diamond rings and you don't have health insurance? I mean, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Young and healthy.
I know he has.
See, now, these are the signs when you start to think, okay, maybe he doesn't have money. There are a lot of people who don't have health insurance or whatever. It's expensive. It's just the idea that Trisha's giving us the illusion that he has a lot of money, but then she in turn throws him under the bus. This was after the engagement, and she threw it out there because that irked her. Like, Moses, why don't you have health insurance? And whatever answer he gave Trisha, she didn't like. So she took that to frenemies to get Ethan on his case. And then Moses is like, oh, I'm young and healthy. This man is in his 40s. If he's young and healthy, right? Okay, fine. But now he's married to Trisha. Does he have health insurance now? I bet you he does. I know he didn't tell Trisha, hey, Trisha, don't put me on your health insurance. I bet you Moses has health insurance now. I bet you Moses lives at the doctor's office.
He's never had it. We're having all these cars together, so I'm like, we should probably get insurance, like driver's insurance, all on all the cars of everybody.
Yo, Trisha's the rat of all rat. Trisha's master splinter. Now you're bringing to Ethan. Yo, not only doesn't he have health insurance, this dude don't have car insurance. She probably didn't even know all of this now that they're getting married, and then she's looking over finances and the little details like, your car has no insurance on it? What are you trying to do to me right now? And so she's telling Ethan, she's tattletaling on Ethan because she wants Ethan to get on his case because he's walking around with no health insurance and no car insurance like it's cute. poor Ethan does not see the play, and he's going to walk right into it. Ethan, stay out of it. Let him walk around with no insurance, Ethan. Everybody, get out the way. Moses is driving.
I'm gonna probably maybe like get like a McLaren or something for him.
A McLaren?
Yeah,
Bro, that's some sugar daddy shit right there.
Are you patented?
No, because when you patent, it's just a matter of putting the money into it. But no.
Okay.
Not patented.
This dude is like, oh yeah, it's just about putting the money into it. Okay, you don't want to spend the money on a patent. You don't want to spend money on car insurance, but you want a McLaren. Because like if Trisha were to give him a McLaren, the minimalist would say, sure, yeah, if you want to give me a McLaren, okay. And you don't have health insurance, but you say you have money. So like, what's going on, Moses? The math isn't, you know.
It was always a financial thing of like, do I want to invest that much money into the patent?
That's why I think Moses hangs on. He knows I'm gonna die at like 38. He's like, oh, then I'll get the house and the money.
You think he's a gold digger?
That, I guess that's a compliment to you. You're like a boy toy dad if I'm like paying you to be here.
You can't afford me.
You think?
I know.
It didn't take long for this minimalist to change into new moneyist. Oh, Moses had a blast with Trisha's credit card. All of a sudden, this dude became flashy. He took Trisha's credit card and he's all dressing up. He's all buying new cars. He's all in her production. That's okay, because that's him. He's out in a pool, big mansion. Like, oh, let's buy a house. Let's buy a big mansion on the hills. I'm not mad at you for that. But a minimalist. Better you don't even say that. Better you say, hey, right now, I'm just doing what I can to survive. But give me enough money and I'm gonna wild out.
Since the beginning of this pandemic, 400,000 small businesses have closed.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about this part. This is the reason why I put that disclaimer in the front, okay? It was this section right here. Let's go.
Today, I'm announcing additional changes to the PPP program. In the last month, we've increased the share of funding for small businesses with fewer than 10 employees by nearly 60%.
We officially, it's done, signed. We signed last night. We bought a house.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? You guys did that?
Yeah, we got it last night.
Well, congratulations. But holy shit.
Yeah.
So you guys are...
You guys, this is me being funny and being conspiracy theorist, connecting dots that don't connect. Laugh it up.
You guys bought the house you were telling me about?
Yeah, and our names are on it. Do you want to
Oh my God.
show you?
I can't believe you guys got that house.
It's
I mean,
insane.
congratulations.
Thank you. Like,
you know how people say their heart skipped a beat and it didn't really skip a beat? Ethan's heart skipped a beat. Literally.
You guys split the
50%.
50%?
He put just as much.
Way to
as
go,
me.
Moses.
Right? I'm so proud of him. Like, I told him.
Did you need a loan for the down payment?
This is why Ethan just cracks me up. Out of nowhere, Ethan's gonna be like, did you get a loan? My mind is just like, hey, congratulations, good for them. And then Ethan all of a sudden, did you get a loan for that, Moses? Loan for a down payment? That's not a good sign.
Did you need a loan for the down payment?
Moses, where did that 50% come from? Am I going to be responsible for that 50% plus interest? She got Ethan on him. Ethan, take care of that for me. Ethan's like, okay. Ethan is a trap.
No cash.
No.
Oh my goodness, Moses, good job.
No.
Oh my goodness, Moses, good job. You guys better save your money. You got a house now. Damn, you're gonna be fucking broke, Moses. You better be careful buying her ass all these diamonds. What was this, like $10 million? I mean, I've never seen a diamond like that in my life.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
But like, that's ridiculous. Like, let me actually get it. Like, what? How many carats is that?
9.
How can you? Who are you? Why are you buying 9-carat rings? I mean, what? Seriously.
invested.
It's a real
again.
diamond, or is it like a zirconium whatever? It's a real diamond, or is it like a zirconium whatever? 9 carats, bro. Did you know this motherfucker could buy a 9-carat diamond ring?
He had plans to like renovate his building. And
Not anymore.
And I'm like, I'm sorry that you took your renovation
Holy
money.
shit.
But you know what it says to me? It says he's invested in our relationship. He put half for the house. He invested in this ring for me. Then
You get a mortgage on your place? It's a blood diamond? Probably.
Probably. Yo, I'm telling you, Moses wanted to like never mind. This is the only time I wanted that cam on Moses so you can see the steam coming off from his head top. She said the renovation money was such that he bought the ring, plus it took care of the down payment on the house. But this dude don't have no health insurance, car insurance, doesn't want to put money into a patent, and has 5 t-shirts. I didn't say this, Trisha said this.
The watchdogs are back. And we're going to go after the criminals who stole billions of relief money meant for small business and millions of Americans. Tonight, I'm announcing that the Justice Department will soon name a chief prosecutor for pandemic fraud.
This is, again, for entertainment purposes only. Moses legit has had a business, so I do not care what he is up to as far as that's concerned. For real, legally, I'm legit not trying to get people put in jail by doing YouTube research. This was, again, entertainment purposes only.
It's just like it really is the title of the show, Frenemies. It's just a very awkward vibe because we're not like friends. So it's very like, okay, thanks, bye, see you next week. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm worried about the day you'll get along too much. Yeah, I'm worried about the day you'll get along too much.
I worry about the day you guys get along. In the context, when he said it, it made sense. It wasn't sinister. The show's called Frenemies. That kind of awkwardness, that competitive, that rival energy worked. But in the end, when you see not only did Frenemies break up, but how it broke up and all the drama afterwards, looking back, I looked at what he said deeper. And it meant more than how he said it.
Aww.
Well, I hope that...
Should we be friends in real life?
I've always considered our jousting as friendly.
Okay.
And I've always figured you probably think of... I mean, especially recently.
Yeah.
When you make a video and I make a video, then it's fun. And I always get excited when you respond. I'm like, yeah, baby, another podcast.
But now we're friends, and now I like
so
you, and now you're just a cool person. I want to be friends. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's not have as a contestant. Let's just meet.
No. He's got to come through the show.
No, why?
Well, my friends, here we are. They said it would never happen. Me and Trisha making a podcast. You know, I just wanted to say before we get started.
Oh, yeah.
That I am so grateful to you. You're so funny and amazing. Thank you for doing the show. And I think you are so funny and talented, and you make the show so great. My brother-in-law and Trisha are engaged. Is a great way to start the year. I love you both, and I'm just very happy and excited for the future that you guys hold. So, happy birthday, Trisha. We love you.
Oh, that's so nice.
I'm always willing to make it work, and there's nothing you can say or do or storm out or whatever it is that's going to make me abandon you.
Okay.
And I can tell you hate me so much right now, but I don't hate you.
Well, I know.
I like you still. My feelings didn't change for you.
Well.
You're not quitting this fucking show.
You're still gonna let me on if me and Moses break up?
Yeah, what do I care?
Oh. Shit. I mean, I'm glad you guys have given me multiple chances. The one blow, I remember you texted me right after. It was really bad. And I remember being like, oh my God, why is he texting me? Because I thought we would never talk again, like that last blowouts we had. And I was like, oh, I really messed it up this time. And then you're like, I hope you're okay. And I was like, oh my God. Like, but I want to socialize. I want you guys I want to be a part of the family. I want you guys a part of, like, I want everyone to be together.
I always felt like we had a good chemistry. I think probably
For sure. I liked you guys. I was like, this is a good, like, truly, like, when I first started dating, like, Moses, I thought it would be, like, a good idea, because I was like, oh, then I can get close to you guys.
I would have done this if Moses wasn't involved, I feel like.
Why, like, from the beginning, I wanted to come to, like, your house and be a part of your lives, and...
Since then, she has become my sister-in-law, soon to be, my partner in crime, and one of my best friends.
Bye.
I think that would be a perfect story arc where you just leave my ass behind.
No, I wouldn't. I feel like you're gonna leave my ass behind.
I'm not going anywhere. I guarantee you that. I got no fucking ambition.
You're my only best friend right now, so I'm one of yours. You're my only.
This is everything. I would never expect it to work, but I just feel like we have really good chemistry.
I love it. I
Yeah.
think I snuck into this world somehow.
Well, remember when
I snuck it through the back. I was like, here I
the
am.
back door through Moses?
Moses is the back door. We're all good. I don't want to separate Moses from his family. I apologize. Like, I want him to be with his family.
If you're quitting, I gotta buy you guys a therapist or something. I gotta make sure you guys get married because I don't want this to stop.
Yeah, I'm worried about the day you'll get along too much.
Now you see why it was a concern for Moses the day that Ethan and Trisha got along too much. It was time for Moses to worry, and that's what he did.
That's what destroys us, basically, is the existence of our parents in our head, their voice in our mind.
This is Moses' philosophy. He says what destroys you is your parents' voice in your mind. When I see this, I'm not thinking about myself and my parents. I'm thinking about Moses and his relationship with his parents. This is what he's projecting onto others.
Who's your favorite family member?
You can talk right now, meeting.
Trisha put Moses on blast and asked him who his favorite family member was. Again, why I always say Trisha is smart. Trisha knows what she's doing. To ask anybody who your favorite family member is, it might just even be funny because it's like, oh, I don't want to say one and not the other or get mad. You know, you can make it into a funny thing, right? On the surface, that's what it could be. But that's not what this is. And that's why Trisha asked him. And what was Moses' answer? He's like, I can't answer that right now. And he's eating.
I think Moses has a real trouble with commitment, though, because he's not really been in any long-term relationships since I've known him, which has been a long time now.
So I had this guy make that face, but Moses has been married before. The only reason why I'm going to say it now is because I was reading through some kind of receipts and I saw that Trisha kind of put it out there in one of her receipts. I'll just leave it at that.
He's just a very independent person. Mm-hmm. And I do think he likes to spite his family, which may explain you guys.
Oh, I can see that for sure, yeah.
Again, we hear what Moses believes about parents and that antagonistic relationship between child and parent. These two picked up on Moses' energy. Okay, let's go.
You're trying to steer stuff up.
No, never.
Great drama.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I think Moses likes to... He likes to spite he's often... His whole life has kind of been the pursuit of spiting and distancing himself from his family.
I'll take it. I love it.
Moses, when to answer Trisha's question about which family member he likes the best, he says to her, you're trying to stir up trouble. I told you, it's not an innocent conversation. Even Moses is just calling her straight out. You're stirring up trouble because she knows how he feels about his family. Ethan says he likes to spite and distance himself from his family. And I want you guys also to pick up on this. You're thinking Ethan is including himself in it, but Ethan isn't. Because Ethan would tell you at the same point in time that he and Moses and Hila, they're all close. Like, yeah, he's not close to his family, minus me, pretty much is what Ethan is saying.
You said I remind you of your dad and your mom, which is neither good things.
Yeah, the worst of both worlds.
See, and I couldn't say that first, right? I had to let the layers peel off. Trisha said, hey, you said before, I remind you of your father. She said father first, and then she added, and your mother. And she even offered up, neither are good things. Moses confirmed and said, The worst of both worlds. Whoa. I'm saying all of this to say is, from Moses' lips, he has problems with his parents, his father and his mother. I got you, Moses. This is us understanding Moses. At this point, too, you go back and listen to Moses telling the story of how he grew up and then how eventually he went off to live in America. And again, with Ethan saying, yeah, Moses likes to distance himself from family. This guy hopped on a plane and traveled across the world. That's how much distance he wanted from his parents.
He's very like that. Like anytime we've had a quarrel or beef, he's like, I'm on your side. I'm like, thank you.
First episode of Frenemies, Trisha looked at Ethan and said, listen, anytime we get into it, Moses is 100% always on my side. No ifs, ands, or buts. Ethan is going to go on talking. He's not even listening to her, but pay attention.
How do you feel dressed as your sister?
I feel like she's dressed as me.
Smart Trisha, the one who is very aware of everything that's going on and the dynamics of Moses' family, asked him on camera, because it's something she already found out off camera, how do you feel older brother Moses dressed as your younger sister in her multi-million-dollar clothing line? How do you feel? He says, I feel she is just like me. Don't let that blow by your head, because it was meant as a slight.
You showed up in like an IDF uniform and a beret.
Moses thought I looked cute, by the way. He said I looked very good.
He's out of his fucking mind.
Trisha then shows up to Ethan's family's house dressed up in Israeli military gear, like it's cute and funny. I just want to get it in how disrespectful she is. But she's disrespectful for a reason, because Moses saw what she was going to wear, and she even said, Moses thought I looked good, and I'm going to throw this in here. If Moses feels this way about his own parents, imagine what Moses feels about Ethan's parents.
Would have to be awkward like my sister.
You got way more awkward than your sister.
What?
Moses posted a picture on Instagram to his stories, correct me if I'm wrong, of him and you in lingerie. And I guess, well, Moses, I don't know if they know what you do for a living.
I don't think yet they have found out.
And so, and I don't think that Moses, and frankly, Moses has done a terrible job of explaining his relationship, as he always does.
And he does it purposely, because he doesn't want you guys in his business. So he is purposely stirring up drama, even before you guys get a chance to.
As a kid, I used to take white t-shirts and draw on them.
So she's coming for your brand. She's stealing your ideas.
Moses, when he was younger, he used to draw on his t-shirts. And now his little sister is successful with a company that she started, and a lot of her designs is her drawing on t-shirts. Gather all of this into your mind. Even though I'm kind of tainting it, we're still looking at this in Moses' point of view. Imagine if you were him and you see all of this stuff going down. Let's go.
I mean, he did it to me and Hila. He didn't explain anything, and we're close with him. I don't know what he has to hide from us, because we're not judgmental.
I don't think you guys are close as you think, but continue. Like, I don't think there's a closeness.
Okay, go ahead and try to drive a wedge between me and my brother-in-law, you freak.
You know you're not close.
I mean, we have a level of familiarity.
See here, and this is why I brought up the point. When Ethan was before explaining how Moses is not close to his family, he was leaving himself out of it. And Hila, Trisha told him, no, you're not. And he's going to argue with Trisha.
We talk to Hila's brother like all the time. He's over our house like every weekend.
We're working on like the house and stuff, but not like, hey, like how's it going?
Okay, whatever. I'm not even going to argue the closeness of my relationship with you.
Y'all watch how I clip that? Ethan, his whole thing is, yes, we are close to Moses. So in your mind, you're thinking, these guys are just laughing up on the weekends, kikiing with each other. No. Trisha let us know he's only over your house every weekend because you guys are putting him to work. You want Moses to come over to fix this and to fix that and to make this and to make that. Trisha is saying, no, just because you see him every weekend doesn't mean you guys are close. No, what it means is you guys are only having him over there to work. And when the job is done, it's adios. She's not wrong. Listen up. This is what she's been saying. Let's go.
You guys are not close. You're like not even fam.
So annoying. Why do you keep saying that?
He told me. He says he's not close to you guys.
I don't think.
Maybe you need to fix that, not me.
Well, he's denying it. He's saying you're lying.
You said that. When I said, did you tell him? He goes, we don't talk like that. I was like, all right.
Because he said that we want to talk about it in the video.
No, that's not what you said, Moses. Oh my God, see, I hate this. That's not what he said. But that's fine, whatever. No, I swear. Oh my God, this is so annoying. But he literally said that. I wouldn't make that up. That's such a random thing to make up. But you know that. You know he's not close. He leaves all the time. He doesn't stick around. Like, he's not here to stay. He comes and pieces out. Okay.
Don't worry. She's not going to drive a wedge between us.
Everything she's saying is true. We all know now it's true. But in the moment now, when she's saying, hey, you guys aren't close, Moses interjects and it's like, no, like it's not true. Like, Trisha, why are you saying that? I never said that. And Trisha says to Moses, yes, you did. That's what you told me. This is how Moses twists it. I just want you guys to see how much Moses was keeping up with the lie instead of confessing, no, what Trisha's saying is true. He doesn't mess with his family. He don't like them.
Moses is giving us the kibosh.
He's your fucking family. Like, we should talk about it.
If Moses and Hila have a problem,
with Moses too.
I don't have a problem with Moses.
Wow. Trisha, like I said, Trisha is good at reading people. So I just want to just say this. Trisha saying that Ethan has a problem with Moses is not Ethan saying that to Trisha. Trisha somehow is picking up on it. Something that she sees Ethan doing and Hila doing or whatever is going on, because I don't think that's something that they're going to confide in Trisha. Yeah, we don't really like Moses. No. But Trisha sees something in Ethan where she can confidently say, he doesn't like you, but you guys don't like him either.
It's not about you. It's between Hila and her brother.
Like, I just had an argument with my brother. I'm not ready to talk about it right now online.
My relationship
It's a family
with Moses,
issue.
All this
It's a family issue.
Okay.
It's between Moses and Hila.
Okay, cool.
Trisha wants to be a martyr for love so badly, like enough. When siblings are fighting, I agree with Ethan in that part, just stay out of it. But it's more romantic in Trisha's eyes, like, oh, I'm the reason that the whole family's fighting. It's because of me. And Moses loves me, so I'm winning. He's fighting for our... Just cut it out. Okay, Moses is over here talking about Hila stealing his childhood designs, okay, Trisha? Not everything's about you.
She said something like about them getting married, and she said something like, oh, his mom is not even invited.
Yeah.
And that really pissed me off, and I told Ethan, you gotta cut that.
Hila said, cut it. That's a joke too far. Cut it. It was a joke, haha, but it was based in truth. Remember what I said about Moses and his parents? I believe at some point in time, Moses said to Trisha, I'm not even inviting my mom to the wedding. I believe that happened. Oh, yeah, I do.
Like, and not his mom either. Clearly, and if it's not a joke, it's not a joke. You missed it, whatever. But it's like, that said, it was one time, you guys cut it out and you never addressed why you cut it out.
And here, I'm saying it here. I'm not hiding anything. That's what happened. That, for me, that crossed the line. And I got upset at my brother, not at her.
So even though Trisha said it, she was angry at Moses. She didn't bring the argument to Trisha. She brought the argument to Moses. And I'm going to let you know this. This is something that is a callback from earlier in the video. This is a big reason why Moses is mad at his sister. And he has a point. His point is, Hila, you had no problem editing the show when you thought that Trisha was insulting our mom. Yet when Trisha was insulting me, you did not edit anything out, even when we asked you to.
Maybe Moses doesn't like you and you guys don't like him, and that's cool. I'm happy to
that's stupid.
But it's true. It's so true.
Well, that's fucked up. Why is Trisha saying these things that she says you told him, and then you're denying it, but she's saying it's true, and she keeps saying it and saying and saying it, and then you're always saying, oh, she's just saying it for the show. It's like, well, that's fucking not true.
Again, Trisha's narrative, what she said at the beginning, Moses doesn't like you guys and you guys don't like Moses. She is saying that it's mutual. They don't like each other. For some reason, it's news to Ethan. Ethan should know if he likes Moses or not. So to hear Trisha's like, yeah, you guys don't like Moses either. He's like, what? Well, if you're wrong about that, you must be wrong about everything. Or is she?
No one told me anything. Moses didn't tell me. You didn't tell. How was I supposed to know? It was an offhanded joke.
Moses should have told you because Hila kept talking to him about how be honest.
The onus is on Moses. Everybody around is bickering, and Moses is sitting there with his mouth shut.
Who's better, my family or your family?
Y'all, what do you think the answer to that question is? You tell me, what is Moses' answer to that question besides him chewing? What is the answer? Believe you me, Trisha knows the answer. That's why she's laughing and sipping on her Coke.
Is when he like lies about it. He told that girl that he was DMing that, oh no, I don't do it. Her sister filmed her. My sister's never filmed me. Like, yes, we did fans, but you never filmed me. We saw it in the DMs.
Well,
he said that my sister did it. And I was like, don't say that, like putting in me. I'm like, my sister doesn't do that. So I was like, okay, just own up to it that you do it. Like, don't put it on my sister.
So Moses' friend texted him after watching a Trisha video. Okay, got to this part. His hand, meaning Moses' hand, was the hand putting the blank in my own hands. Now here's Moses' explanation. Going on another call soon. She said that to get the heat off her sister, because people say that it is her sister from before I ever met T, and she feels so bad about doing that to her sister. We even talked about it at that dinner we all had together. Her sis was saying, just take it, the blame, to me. So here's my thing. I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to pretend to know, because maybe he is covering for her, or maybe he is covering for himself. I don't know. I don't know this dude. Trisha is saying that Moses is lying about the entire thing. It was him that did it, but he didn't want anybody to know, so he blamed her sister.
So this Disney trip was actually planned for my sister's birthday. It was me, my mom, and Moses. Ethan incidentally invited himself to our family surprise, and we paid for him. Ethan and Hila did not pay for their VIP ticket to Disneyland, which is crazy because he takes that 5%.
Classic. No, but for real, nothing brings me so much joy watching Ethan having the time of his life. And knowing that these people were giving him death stares the whole entire time. And he's oblivious.
That's Trisha's sister made a TikTok saying that we didn't pay for Disneyland for her birthday. Okay, I begged Moses. Begged him to let us pay. I don't have a problem with Moses.
Problem.
I don't.
I sense it. Moses doesn't even have to tell me. He doesn't say anything, but I just know. Because
Okay, so you're psychic.
I'm gonna believe Trisha in that part because she sees things, which is why she's saying it. They might not even know the energy they're putting out, but I believe Trisha when she says she's picking up on this energy from Ethan towards Moses. Also, Ethan talking about that Disneyland trip. Moses found a family that doesn't like Hila and Ethan as much as he doesn't like them. Oh, it's up for Moses as far as he's concerned. Oh, I'm not going to try and make them like you. If anything, I'm going to make Trisha's family feel the same way about you as I do. So no, he's not going to help the situation. What, he wants them all to love you and have him be on the outs? No.
From the beginning of our relationship, you're just like, wow, I'm just so disappointed. This is Moses' fault. This is Moses' thing. Like,
literally didn't say that about anything. Moses playing Trisha and us? Mm-hmm. In some weird... Mm-hmm. What's he trying to get at? I hate it. I hate everything about it. I don't know, dude. I don't know. As a host, I'm disappointed. Moses, let me ask you, what about her appearances on her show made you want to date her? Do you understand, Moses, that the girl you're apparently dating has sent me, tweeted at me pictures of her...
I had to side with Trisha and show the flashback because Trisha's saying from the very beginning of our relationship, you were like saying it's all Moses' fault and it's Moses' thing and Moses to blame. And Ethan's like, that literally did not happen. So I had to prove Trisha right that it did happen. When I showed Trisha looking off screen to Moses when she was arguing with Ethan about the beginning of their relationship, that's just to mean that this is stuff they've talked about a lot. They both are of the same opinion that Ethan and Hila were to blame with whatever was going on in the beginning of their relationship. The funny thing is that Ethan got to see her lady parts before I will get to, in theory. Wait, what? She sent him a pic. Oh, I forgot her tweet. I didn't want to see it. This was before Moses and Trisha first met up.
Do you understand what you're doing?
I think that's a problem.
Do you even understand? She, the girl that you're apparently dating, which you think is funny, wanted to have a throuple with your sister and your brother-in-law.
True.
Do you understand what you're doing?
That's a problem if I ever saw one.
She had double Moses at one point. Just saying. I'm just upset.
The
This
show
I don't like.
to work out.
This I don't like. I don't like it. I
What is the
disavow this.
nature of this relationship?
Well, I disavow it. And you know, he said he was just going to get involved as a goof, but now all of a sudden there's no goof and he's just fucking her every day. I don't need that shit in my life, bro. Just who ruined it? Was it Trisha or Moses? I personally blame Moses. I think Moses is putting her up to it too. I think they think it's funny.
He literally
What did I say
said,
about? What did I say about?
You literally said that you're so pissed and it's Moses'
You know
fault.
what? Why do you always bringing up family drama? Can't you just move on and talk
You're
about
the one
something
who
else?
like bring it up. I was just
Because
moving
you're
on. It's just because like no, whatever. It's
What?
fine.
You can talk about it. Go ahead, get it out in the open.
I'm telling you, Ethan does not remember that he brought up the topic. Why are we even talking about this? Because you said you wanted to talk about it. Trust me, believe that in their mind, they've reconstructed their relationship and the turmoil and everything, the ridiculousness of everything to do with their relationship. They're pinning the blame on Ethan and Hila. And you guys are going to wear it. All right? Because their relationship cannot proceed as everything is normal unless they make up a boogeyman and pin all their drama onto that boogeyman.
He told me he invented the photography that takes pictures of water.
He told me that too.
Do you think that's real?
Yes, I'm the only one. Anywhere else? Or I mean,
the only
I don't think he invented the concept of photographing water, but I.
No, I
did.
He's the only one that's
Oh,
done
you're
it.
well. I mean, I'm not a historian. What do I know? That's a big claim to say you invented.
Yeah, it's a big
water.
invention too.
Big claim to say you invented.
Yeah, it's a big invention too.
Put yourself in Moses' position. His whole passion is water and everything about water, and his name is Moses, okay? And you're gonna go on your channel, Ethan, and poo-poo all over his water patent, not patented thing. And Trisha brought it up for Ethan to goof on, and then she helped him with the goof. Oh, yeah, and Hila jumped in on the goof. They're all tag teaming Moses. Yeah, and then remember Moses, I'm worried about the day you all get along too much. That was the day when they all teamed up against Moses. He was like, nah, not this time. This has got to end. I don't know how, but I'm gonna find a way.
Have a problem.
With Moses too.
Sometimes I worry about Moses because he's got this. He's so obsessed with water.
I sense it. With Moses doesn't even have to tell me. He doesn't say anything, but I just know.
See, again, Trisha's bringing up that they have a problem with Moses. I noticed something there. I haven't figured it out yet.
This is the monster that built H3H3 and the man who gave us this camera.
Yeah.
The man who made it all possible.
Yeah, I
Holy
guess
Moses. Holy Moses is Hila's brother.
Guys, check out Channel Water. Guys, check out Channel Water.
Well, listen, I love your brother.
But,
I love Moses.
yeah,
He's
and
a
I
great
mean-
guy. He's done a lot for us. I'm just gonna bite my tongue, I guess. I have a lot to say. I'm not going to.
But he has his own channel, and if this is helping him also like reach, new audience, then I'm happy for him because
Channel Water. That's the name of his channel. Channel Water.
I was filming too
Eat your
this morning,
sandwich.
so.
Oh, okay. Channel water plug. Go find his video. What's it about? UFOs?
UFOs? Trisha's funny. Okay. This is the start of his hatred of Ethan and Hila, and it's all their fault. We'll go over these text messages at the end.
So don't act like, oh, you have some special connection with Moses. Like, I know more than you do about everything. Like, I know everything about everything. I know more about Moses than anybody. Like, I know more about your family than anybody. I know more about his
My
family than
family?
every. Yeah, I know about
I don't know anything.
May I remind you, the very first episode of Frenemies, after Ethan called out Trisha for putting her hands on Moses, Trisha laid out everything, Moses' issue with his family and Ethan and Hila. She laid everything on the table. She threw it down. Ethan didn't believe. But let me go over these screenshots from Moses after Frenemies ended. Then there was a couple of months that passed, and then everything exploded, and they were all talking crap about each other. These are Moses' text exchange on Twitter. Someone wrote, "You're ruining your own life just to prove a point. Marrying a crazy person just to spite your family? It is sad, child, and embarrassing for you." Moses, "No, they were worried about how it would make them look. This is another lie Ethan put out there to hurt me. I never dated someone to spite my family. Ever. My family, not Ethan's, love Trisha and are so happy for me. You are so manipulated by his words that it's scary. Actually, scary." Now, some people think that Trisha wrote this from Moses' account, and my philosophy is if it's from your account and you didn't correct it, that means you wrote it or you stand by what was written. It's a shame you weren't here when my family trashed me just for the fact that I was dating Trisha. Please go back and watch all of the videos they made about me without my consent. To them, I was fair game because I dated someone they looked down on. Thanks. Okay, everybody, now catch the joke. First, Moses was mad because Hila and Ethan were too overprotected of him to the point where they wouldn't have him on the show. Fast forward, now Moses is mad at Ethan and Hila because they're not protecting him enough now that he has been on the show. You see how you can't win with some people?
That's what happens to most people. Their parents turn them into hateful, judgmental people. That's where that happens. Then we carry it through the rest of our life. And then we are attracted to what we hate and we become that. And more than that, then we actually marry somebody that is exactly what we hate because we're attracted to it.
You said I remind you of your dad and your mom, which is neither good things.
Yeah. The worst of both worlds.
And isn't it ironic that the very same structure Moses was running away from to the point where he flew halfway around the world to get away from, he recreated that same structure when he married Trisha. And I'm saying this because even he said at the end, we seek out that we hate and then we marry it. Now, I have a video coming out. Why did Moses marry Trisha and why did Trisha marry Moses? And I'll give you the ending of that story in that video, but let's go on to the final moments of this video.
So don't let that happen to you. Don't let hate come into your heart and turn you into the thing that you hate. So watch out for yourself because you're falling into a trap. You're falling into a place that you think you're doing something good, but actually hate is the one leading you. Hate is the one that's making you do those actions. And you don't see it. You think, I'm the good guy here. I'm doing something good.
Now for the most incriminating text messages. I'm over it. Last podcast, they mentioned my channel for the first time since they started on YouTube. This is what it took to make them do it. But don't you think that's manipulative? I didn't mean on my part. Like, this was a get back? So you can have attention on your channel? He's misunderstanding her. When she said manipulative, she meant Ethan and Hila were manipulative to now all of a sudden promote his channel. But the way she said it, Moses thought she meant manipulative on his part. So that's the mix-up here, but it continues. In general, no. They saw their reflection. Trisha was so supportive of my channel, and they realized that they haven't been. So they started to now send me texts that they like my new video and such. First time! I ignored it and didn't think about it. Now that it happened, I realize how crazy it is that only now... ... Yeah, I remember I talked to you about that, and you mentioned they're protective of you. But I didn't see it as protective in a way. Not that you're entitled to ride their coattails, but still, it would be nice for them to shout you out. I never asked for anything. I supported them blindly since they are family. They didn't, which is okay. Exactly. You gave them their first camera. It was more than that. So as we see here, Moses' aha moment was when he saw Ethan and Hila promote his water channel for the first time ever, as he said, after Trisha promoted it first. But I want to say something else. Remember, The Bachelor was supposed to be Moses first. In the beginning, Trisha said the original concept was she was supposed to be a contestant for Moses. And then for whatever reason, they wanted Trisha to do it first, but have it as the Bachelorette. The fact that he dated her and then broke up with her so fast, Ethan got involved, and it was such a mess that Ethan and Trisha were no longer friends. So Ethan couldn't do the Bachelorette with her anymore. Okay, fine. It was always supposed to be that they would then circle back and go to Moses to do the Bachelor. After Trisha left and there was no more Trisha, everything went back to normal, as in they went back to ignoring Moses. This is from Moses' point of view. And all of these things combined is what made Moses really believe that they don't even like him. And remember what Moses says, even if you hate one person, you hate everybody. I think whatever issue that Moses feels his family, Ethan and Hila, have with him, he's looking at it as hate. That they hate him. Trisha kept on saying that Ethan and Hila have a problem with Moses. She was saying that a lot. And I'm like, what could she mean by that? Because there's something else going on. Because why didn't Ethan and Hila circle back to Moses for the Bachelor? And the only other thing that came to my mind was this little text right here. I didn't read all of it before, but now I'm going to read it all right now. Ethan said that I will have to disclose anyone that I am talking to, and I'll ask to take away the... Oh, that's it!